Hello and welcome everybody to episode 16 of the podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
And we are the Knights of Entertainment, guys, covering different news and media. What do we have tonight?
Today I went down because I went down a rabbit hole, I figured I'd drag you all with me. I'm gonna list the highest grossing media franchises of all time. And I promise you will be just as surprised as I was for some of these entries.
But before we do, like, share, subscribe, check out our coffee brand coffee promo code, KOE pod. And if you have anything or any comments, Knights of Entertainment podcast at gmail.com. Take it away.
All right, guys. So this is on basically Wikipedia. And already off the bat, it says at the top, this article may misquote or misrepresent many of its sources. So take it with a grain of salt. Mostly because a lot of media doesn't share or companies don't share their revenue like publicly that much.
Yeah.
So some of these could be estimations.
Well, mostly now with streaming and stuff like that.
Like
most places are not going to.
No one knows how much Netflix is making. Not really.
Probably not much, to be honest.
Not anymore. You fucking password stealing fucks. All right, so we're gonna start from the bottom and then go to the top. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. So at the very bottom, it is NBA Jam. So I should explain. I'm gonna do what the franchise is, the year of inception. So whenever it came out, total revenue it made, and then revenue breakdown, like where it made its money. And then I'm going to do its original medium,
right? Like
what it originally started as. So yeah, NBA Jam came out in 1993. Total revenue, $2 billion. All from video games. Like it was the game before 2K took over. So yeah, video games.
You said NBA with like M as in Mike?
Yeah, like NBA basketball stuff.
NBA or M?
And NBA.
Okay. See, it confused me already.
How did I'm saying NBA.
NBA.
All right. So, man, that's a lot of revenue for a basketball series.
That's not too surprising.
Because like 2K is not even on this list.
Really?
Yeah. So what the hell happened?
Okay, yeah, that is surprising.
Yeah.
Mostly with all their pay to win stuff.
Yeah.
And their loot boxes.
Go figure. All right, so next we got Yokai Watch. Came out in 2013, also $2 billion. Merchandise sales of $2 billion. It's a video game. I never heard of it. So I guess I thought it was Beyblade stuff. Like I guess I have heard of it, but I've never looked into it.
Right.
It just it goes by my game page when I'm looking through buy new games.
Yeah.
On PlayStation, I don't really think about it.
Yeah.
But
I haven't even heard of it though.
Yeah, $2 billion.
Jesus Christ.
So next is Lego. 1995. Also $2 billion. I think they kind of like generalize.
Yeah.
Unless it hits a higher bracket, it's all around the same price.
Right.
Video games. It started as a video game.
Huh.
Yeah, Lego, 1995. I looked it up. It's let me see. Lego Fun to Build on the fucking Sega Pico. It's the first game. So there you go. Lego started as a video game. And now it's fucking Lego. Next up is everyone knows this one, Guitar Hero, 2005. When it took over the fucking world. $2 billion as well. It started as a video game.
God, I was in high school. Shit.
Man, fucking Guitar Hero. Everyone played Guitar Hero and they thought they were just the shit after that.
Look, they made fun of it on South Park.
If they get made fun on South Park, you made it.
Well, the funny thing is that most people that played Guitar Hero they could never play actual guitar.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, everyone thought they could play guitar after that, except my poor ass. My cousins would have the guitar and I'd have to use the controller. I never even got to use the guitar. So fuck me, huh? All right, next up is The Incredibles, 2004. Box office 1.874 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales 127 million. Animated movie.
Now, are these prices adjusted?
They are. I have no idea. That's what it said, misquoted or misrepresented.
Because that sounds like they'd all be adjusted prices for today's currency, with
I guess that would make
inflation and
sense.
stuff.
Yeah. I guess it would have to be.
Yeah.
Or else it wouldn't be that high.
That's what I was thinking.
So let's go with that they're adjusted.
But well, I guess I could also ask: are they including everything, including?
That's what I was wondering. Like merchandise and toys and video games. It doesn't say. That's why it's really highly misquoted.
Yeah.
So they're going like by generalization,
Okay.
or at least with the data that they have.
Right.
So next up is Ghostbusters, $2.02 billion.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been higher.
Merchandise sales at $1 billion. Box office at $943 million. Home media at $82 million. And it started as a film.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
The 1980s?
1984, yeah. After that is Men in Black, 1990. $2.02 billion.
This was before Will Smith was smacking people like Suge Knight.
Smacking people like Tupac. Box office was $1.94 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales $83 million. Started as a comic book. All the way back in 1990, yeah.
What do you know? What comic book series?
Yeah, Men in Black.
No. I mean, like what publisher?
Yeah. Where you guys at?
Because what was it? Top Cow or something like that?
No, it started. The fuck is it? It was published by. I should have wrote this shit down instead of going through fucking Wikipedia. I know it's like a Cedo something.
Oh, really?
A Cedio? Where the fuck is it? I read it the other day. Oh, here we go. I gotta go to the actual comic book. Yeah, Aircell Comics.
Okay.
They were bought out by Malibu Comics.
Oh, good. Do you remember Malibu Comics? I do.
Yeah.
Because I had, whenever I was collecting them a long time ago, I had the Malibu ones completely separate though from everything else because they were like even worse series like than like Image at the time.
God dang.
Like Image at least had some fairly interesting characters like Spawn and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Malibu bought Men in Black.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aircell did the first series run. Malibu then did their second, and the second one's what I guess got sold to the movie.
Well, they made bank.
Yeah. You should have kept a piece of that.
Yeah.
Always keep a piece of your property. That's what I say.
The way Sony does with Spider-Man.
Yeah, they will never let that go. All right, next up is Care Bears.
Oh, God.
$2.03 billion.
Good Lord.
Retail sales $2 billion. Box office $34 million. It started as a greeting card. Yeah. It started as a fucking greeting card for American greetings.
Oh my gosh.
Go figure.
I did not know that.
No, neither did I. I'm telling you, some of these are going to surprise you.
That is a little bit surprising.
Next up, Indiana Jones.
Okay.
1981.
Yeah.
2.38 billion dollars. Box office of 1.988 billion. I guess you're right. It did have to be inflated.
Yeah.
There's no way they had $1 billion back in the day. It'd be like
Is that including every Indiana Jones movie?
I guess so.
So yeah.
But that's another thing. Like there's comic books, there's games, there's
Right.
books. So I don't know I don't know what they're adding, but this is basically their assumption.
Like a general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As close as they can get with the available information.
Yeah.
So they've got box office 1.988 billion.
Because if it's 1.988 billion for box office alone,
It's almost $2 billion.
I would assume that is probably every Indiana Jones film
Yeah.
together. And it probably is not adjusted for inflation.
Oh, maybe.
Because how many Indiana Jones films are there? Like,
4.
is it 4 or 5?
4. 4, and then that new one coming out would be the 5th one.
Okay.
Where
So
it's like 60,
that
like
would
85 years old.
that would make sense though if it was close to that.
They do have DVD and Blu-ray sales of $396 million, so they bought the hell out of this.
Yeah. Well, it became a huge thing for nerds. So
Hey man, I love Indiana Jones. It almost made me want to be an archaeologist. And then I found out I don't get to fight Nazis and stuff, so I was like, never mind then.
you won't have your face melted off with the Ark of Truth,
No, I'm gonna close my eyes and not look like he told me to.
or excuse me, the Ark of the Covenant.
All right, next up is Winx Club, 2004.
Oh,
That little-
sadly, I know what this is.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I had no idea. $2.5 billion.
Good.
Retail
God.
sales of 2.5 billion. So the animated series.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good Lord.
Now wait for the next one. The Powerpuff Girls, 1998. $2.52 billion. Retail sales of 2.5 billion, but only box of the 16.4 million. And it started as an animated series.
On Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the OG show.
Yeah.
Was the Powerpuff Girls. And next up we got Astro Boy, 1952, $3 billion. Merchandise sales of $3 billion. Box office of $42 million and DVD sales of $10.2 million. Started as a manga.
Out of Japan, yep.
Yep. Next
I didn't
up,
know it was that old though. I know where it was from, but I didn't know that it was from 1952.
Yeah.
Good lord. That's all. Oh,
They've been around forever. What?
wasn't it, the name of it was Atomic Boy, right?
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. I was thinking. I was thinking of a totally different joke that would have been funnier.
Oh. All right. Next up is Terminator. 1984. $3 billion. Most of it from box office. $2.074 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales of $136 million.
That's not too. So the rest of it's probably like action figures and stuff.
Next one is I guess that's true, like the collectibles and whatnot. Next up is Hamtaro. 1997. $3.02 billion.
Good God, that's a lot of money.
Retail sales of $3 billion and box office of $25 million. Started as a manga.
Yeah.
You know Hamtaro?
Yeah.
Little
hamster. Yeah.
Hamtaro, when we work together, it's much better. My best friend. I love that. I used to love that show as a kid. I even had a Game Boy Color game of Hamtaro that I stole from my sister. I never gave it back.
Might actually be worth something now. You never know.
Oh, I don't really hold it for value. If I like something, I'll just keep it. Unless I'm like, it had to be like some desperate, like a medical procedure, right, for an animal,
Yeah.
or a family member. That's when I would sell something valuable. All right, so next is Skylanders 2011, $3.5 billion.
So the video game?
No, it's those little fucking collectible toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. $3.5 billion.
Good gosh.
Licensed merchandise, 1.858 billion. To be a video game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I figured it would be from those little toys.
Fucking unbelievable.
And are they even around anymore?
Yeah, because there's $3 billion.
No, I get that, but like I haven't. Do you see them?
That's what I don't understand. If this is such a high revenue, where is this stuff selling?
Right.
It's selling somewhere.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like GameStops and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Probably.
But I don't know. I don't see it like advertised really.
I guess like Call of Duty, like it's just there, but like it's generating billions of dollars probably.
Yeah.
They don't need it to advertise anymore.
Well, I remember whenever it first came out, they were like everywhere. They were in Targets, Walmarts, GameStops, everywhere. Like you couldn't get anywhere by a game section.
Yeah, you're right.
seeing them.
Shit was
Now
everywhere.
I don't really see them as much
I
anymore.
guess they made their money and they moved on. So next up is G.I. Joe, 1967. $3.95 billion.
The original hero.
Yeah, merchandise sales of $3.105 billion. Box office of $712 million.
And they've made a lot of movies though, so that really doesn't count too much.
Oh yeah, they had DVD and Blu-rays of $134 million. Started as a comic book. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
Yeah. And then it became the main action figure of basically all time. Everybody knows what G.I. Joe is.
G.I. Joe. Next up, we got Gran Turismo, 1997. $4 billion just from a video game.
Yeah. Do you remember what was so special about it?
No, actually.
No. It was one of the few games that you could actually modify the cars extremely detailed.
Oh.
So you could actually go, unlike Need for Speed, where Need for Speed, you'd do like customization things on your cars to where it'd be like, oh, new exhaust. And then you get the exhaust.
Yeah, I guess that would be really appealing.
Well, Gran Turismo went deep into it to where things would burn out over time and stuff as you're racing.
Okay.
So it actually added more difficulty to it.
Little level of or customization and leveling up and whatnot.
It also taught you more mechanical knowledge. So you actually had to know like for speed and grip. So like if you didn't have the right kind of tires with the right kind of brakes, it wouldn't work that great.
That's wild.
Yep.
No wonder it's got $4 billion.
Yep.
Right. Next up is Strawberry Shortcake. 1979, $4 billion. Retail sales of $4 billion and DVD sales of $2.6 million. Started as a greeting card.
A greeting card?
Yeah. Got another greeting card.
Care Bears and now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Next up, Mission Impossible. All the way from 1966. There used to be a show before the Tom Cruise movies. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
$4 billion. Box office $3.578 billion.
Yeah.
DVD and Blu-ray sales of $180 million. Television series. Yeah.
Huh.
Next up, we got.
See, I only knew the Tom Cruise one.
Yeah, me too. Never go down a rabbit hole, people, please. You'll be up till 5 in the morning. Next up is the Hunger Games.
Oh, they did more than Mission Impossible?
Yeah, 2008, $4.05 billion. Box office of $2.968 billion. DVD and Blu-ray of $483 million. Started as a novel. They don't even show novel sales on here.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We're getting close to the Hunger Games, so we'll be living that reality soon. That's cool.
Guess we'll find out.
We're gonna have to have a Katniss.
I'll be Katniss. I'll grow the long hair.
Just that image alone is funny as shit.
Because I'm bald at the top. Yeah, my hair doesn't grow at the top, so I just be a long ponytail in the back of my head.
I look like Big Ant.
Probably. All right. Next we got Minecraft, 2009. I thought it'd be higher.
Yeah, I would think it'd be higher.
4.3 million or billion. Sorry. The merchandise sales of 4.328 billion. Video game.
Huh.
Next up is Twilight. Yeah, I know. 2005, $5.31 billion. Box office of $3.314 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales $1 billion.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, they bought the fuck out of Twilight. It started as a novel.
Yeah, I knew
It
that.
hasn't. I'm giving the original medium.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I knew that because I remember being in school and
It was
all
not.
those
You could
fucking
not get
girl-
away from it.
Oh my god, every girl had a copy of the damn book. It was like the one time that they actually fucking became literate.
Yeah, people don't read anymore. Go figure.
Not unless you give them a Twilight book, and then they will.
Next is Kamen Rider, 1971.
Oh, Kamen Rider.
You know it?
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. I had to
It's
look
almost like Power Rangers.
Yeah. $4.41 billion.
Good God, I didn't know it was going to be that high,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wait till you get to one that I promise you. You'll be like, what? Licensed merchandise of $4.052 billion. Box office of $361 million.
Yeah.
Television series.
Yeah, and they sold a lot of action figures and stuff like that too, and figures.
Yeah, merchandise is fucking all through the roof.
Yeah.
Next up is Seinfeld, 1989, $4.56 billion. TV revenue $4.06 billion, and TV streaming $500 million. Fucking Jerry Seinfeld just raking in money. He's like one of the first, I think he's like the first comedian that broke $1 billion.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, he's worth $1 billion.
I mean, everybody knows what Seinfeld is. Like everybody knows George Costanza.
Can't stand you. Can't stand you. All right, next up we got Beyblade. Yeah, 1999, $4.61 billion.
How do they make their money?
Hey man, it's Beyblade. You gotta get your parts to win. Merchandise sales of $4.6 billion and box office of $9 million. Started as a manga. I was kind of surprised about that one.
I would have figured that the manga would have started came after the show,
The show, yeah, that's what I thought.
Huh.
Next up is a personal favorite of mine, Scooby Doo, 1969, $4.69 billion.
Yeah, and they've made a fuck ton.
Yeah, retail sales of 4.15 million, box office of 483.4 million, DVD and Blu-ray sales of 58 million. Not that much DVD sales, but it's fucking Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like Velma, just wait 2 years. There'll be another Scooby Doo show. I promise you, it will never end. If it's making $4 billion, there'll be another Scooby Doo. I promise you.
There'll be another one.
Next up is here we go. Next up is My Little Pony. 1984.
That actually does not surprise me, considering there's a bunch of neckbeard dudes. Bronies.
Yeah. $4.99 billion.
Fuck.
Retail sales of $4.916 billion, box office of $67.3 million, and DVD and Blu-ray sales of $4.3 million. Animated cartoon. Surprised it wasn't a fucking greeting cartoon.
God, but that's who's keeping that afloat. It isn't little girls keeping it afloat at
Not
this
anymore,
point.
no.
No, it's what they would consider the whales of nerddom, that are like that little niche market of bronies.
Just keep them alive. Man, the next one is wild. Fucking Bob the Builder. 1998, $5 billion.
$5 billion.
Retail sales of $5 billion. Yeah.
Yes, he can, huh?
Yes, he can. I'm Bob the Builder. I'm rich as fuck.
Can he build it?
Yes, he can. Build a fucking empire of money. Right, next one is The Sims. 2000.
It's above Minecraft? Wow.
Yeah. $5 billion.
Huh.
All video games. Next up above that is Mortal Kombat.
I could see that.
1992 for 506 billion. Video game sales of 4.054 billion. Box office of 176 million. And DVD and Blu-ray sales of 2.9 million.
Yeah, they're not selling many DVDs compared to the video games.
Yeah. Next up is Gundam, 1979.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one.
$5.1 billion. Retail sales of 5 billion and anime box office of 141 million.
Yeah.
Started as an anime series, not a manga. So-
Have you seen that gigantic Gundam that's in Japan?
Oh, the one that they made? I
Like
heard
where
about it, yeah.
it's
They can move around.
2.5 stories, I think.
God dang.
Yeah, and it's part of they have a show where you can watch it.
Watch someone attack it, right? And then you find out it's real. Like, oh, shit.
See, I had a joke with a friend that because he loves building the Gundams and stuff like that. Like I told him, I said, "Hey, everybody's worried about what the U.S. military and the Chinese military has. Now watch fucking Japan has actual Gundams flying around.
Gundam just tearing apart everybody.
We're worried about a nuclear missile, and they fucking got Gundam."
That'd be wild. They never told anybody until when they needed them.
That's what we were talking about. It's like they built this one out there on the outside, so that way you would think it's just like an amusement park attraction.
It's just like the first line of defense. All right, next we got Friends, 1994.
Yeah, I can see that every
Five-
fucking woman loves it.
$5.22 billion. TV syndication was $3.5 billion. TV advertising is $1 billion. TV streaming $5.55 million. And then box office is $445,000. I don't know. I guess they had a limited release like the series finale on the theaters or something.
Yeah.
But man, it's from syndication. The actors, if they got some royalties, which they obviously do,
Yeah.
they're set. They could have just retired.
Have you seen the way some of them look now? Oh my god.
Oh.
You can tell some of them got Botox early in their careers and stuff like that.
No.
They look frightening now. I mean, except for Jennifer Aniston.
Some people don't like the age, I guess.
But Jennifer Aniston, she
looks great, yeah.
She looks about the same as she always has.
Pretty much.
And then the dude that played Joey Tribbiani,
Yeah, he looks the same, but with gray hair.
Gray hair
Yeah,
just looks the exact same.
he just got gray hair. That's it.
Nothing really changed.
All right, next we got Avatar, 2009, $5.78 billion, mostly from box office.
Yeah.
Box office is $5.2 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales of $429 million. Merchandise sales of $153 million.
The merchandise actually surprises me.
So I didn't know they had like merchandise like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Next up is Shrek, 1990. Yeah, $5.8 billion.
They did make a bunch of shit, so yeah.
Box office was $3.547 billion. Home entertainment $1.922 billion.
Good God.
Merchandise sales of $279 million, and a Broadway musical for $46 million.
A Broadway musical?
Yeah, it started as a picture book.
Yeah, that makes sense, but
Next up, I think we have the oldest property on here, Middle Earth, The Lord of the Rings, 1937, $5.8 billion. Box office is $5.896 billion. Started as a novel.
yeah.
Good old J.R.R. Tolkien. I can't even say his name.
J.R.R.
This next one is wild. The Phantom of the Opera, 1986, $6.15 billion. Box office, $155 million. Musical theater, $6 billion.
Fuck.
Just from a musical.
Well,
Good Jesus. They must be packing the fucking rafters to watch this stuff.
now is it quality or quantity?
I don't know. It just says it's a musical theater.
Huh.
I guess it's a powerful play.
Not really, but
I don't know. Next up to that is Ice Age, 2002.
that's above Shrek?
Yeah, $6.42 billion.
Huh.
Box office is $2.9 billion. Retail sales is $1.3 billion. Home entertainment $347 million. Animated film.
That is shocking.
Here's the one right here. DC Extended Universe. In 2013, $6.48 billion. Box office at $5.276 billion. Home video sales $704 million. Merchandise sales $500 million. So they're popular, but they just can't get their cohesive universe together.
Yeah.
Next up is Halo,
Oh shit. That's all video game sales.
2001. Yeah, $6.5 billion. Gaming consoles $5 billion. Home video merchandise 1.5 billion. Because they're selling toys too. I don't know.
Or they're like the like, what do you call it? Special edition things that go along
yeah.
with the Xboxes and stuff like that.
Do you want extra content? You give us an extra
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Big Bang Theory.
How the
2007.
hell does that beat out some of these others?
$6.57 billion. TV
And what?
TV advertising $3.57 billion. TV streaming $2 billion. TV syndication $1 billion.
Fuck. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, wait till you get to this next one. Not this next one, but the one above it.
Right.
Superman 1938.
Okay, yeah.
Well, actually, this is the oldest property because the other one, no, that was 1937. Never mind.
By 1 year.
Yeah, it's ahead by 1 year.
Yeah.
So it's still Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
$6.9 billion.
That makes sense.
Retail sales $4.032 billion. Box office $2.553 billion. DVD and Blu-ray $356 million. Comic book was its original medium.
Yep.
Next up,
The OG of all.
yeah. Next up, Paw Patrol. 2013, $7 billion. Retail sales of $7 billion.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Next one is Kumamon. In 2010, $7.17 billion. Retail sales of $7.1 billion. Anime box office $65 million. It's a cartoon. It is, if this is the one I was talking about, it's a mascot made by a prefecture of Japan.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking
The
about now.
bear?
Yeah.
It's a fucking mascot. Where did you get $7 billion from?
Yep. They have another mascot. I'm sure you've seen videos of it to where it's a mascot for one of those prefectures in Japan where it plays
crazy
the
one?
drums.
I know one that's a fucking psycho that beats up everybody.
Yeah, there's one for that too.
Okay, I just don't understand where they got $7 billion from.
Well, I don't. Well, there is money laundering, so that's one thing.
Maybe.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Next up is Mario, 1981, $7.2 billion. My boy, he's 5'2", so we're the same height. He's my spirit animal, I guess I should say. 7.2 billion in video games. The box office 38 million. I guess the new one hasn't come out yet, so maybe it'll be adjusted.
Yeah, it'd have to either go up. You'd think it would have to go up. Well, I don't know. I take that back.
They'll watch it, but
It may not be. It may not catch fire though.
That's true.
I mean, but how many Mario games are there that are still selling? Mario Kart is still just as popular today as it was whenever it first came out.
Yeah, I never got into Mario Kart. I like Mario Party more, but it sure ruined a lot of friendships. All right, next up is Fast and Furious, 2001.
Do we do this for the family?
$7.2 billion. You got to make that money for the family.
For the family.
Box office is $6.612 billion, and home entertainment is $5.594 million. The very first film.
God.
Next up is Jurassic Park, 1990, $7.28 billion. Box office was $4.892 billion. That makes sense because these new ones have really hit off.
Yeah.
Merchandise sales of $1.706 billion, and home video sales of $678 billion. Started as a novel by Michael Crichton back in 1990.
Yeah, I remember the novel, but I didn't know it started with the novel. I thought it was a movie first.
Yeah, me too. When I saw the novel, I was like, oh, they made a knockoff
Right.
book, but I guess not. Huh. Next up is Duraman. Duraman? You ever heard of that? It is. Let me read you the premise to this. Synopsis. Nobito Nobi is a 10-year-old Japanese schoolboy who is kind-hearted and honest, but also lazy, unlucky, weak, gets bad grades, and is bad at sports. One day, a robot cat from the 22nd century named Duraman is sent back to the past by Nobito's future grandchild, Sawashi Nobi, to take care of Nobito so that his descendants can have a better life.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a weird premise, but sure.
Yeah, well, it's a fucking $7.929 billion premise. Licensed merchandise is $5.592 billion, and anime box office $1.7 billion.
Fuck.
It started as a
I
manga.
keep saying fuck because I can't even figure out how.
Believe me, yes, I know. I was like, oh my Jesus. Next one is Ultra series with Ultraman.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Ultraman.
1966, 7.4 billion.
He actually fought Godzilla in one movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
Damn. I had a game with him that I could not fucking beat the first boss on. I was like, man, this game is fucking horribly made. Merchandise sells at 7.4 billion, and so it started as a television series.
Yeah.
Next up is Ben 10.
Really?
Yeah, 2005, 7.8.
That beat out every other one of these?
Yeah, $7.85 billion. Retail sales of 7.853 billion. Animated series.
Although, to be fair, whenever I was in elementary school, it was extremely popular.
Yeah, it's fucking Ben 10.
Yeah. Ben Tenneman, isn't that his name?
Ben, yeah, Tennyson or something.
Ben Tennyson or Ben Tenneman?
Something. Next up is Pirates of the Caribbean, 2003.
Yeah, I've seen this one coming.
7.9 billion. Box office of 4.52 billion. Home entertainment of 1.781 billion.
Really?
I guess they'd rather watching at home. Merchandise sales of 1.6 billion.
Oh, that's surprising. What merchandise?
I guess like swords and hats and stuff. I don't know. I don't know where this merchandise comes from. I've never seen.
I haven't either.
I don't know. Understand?
It's throwing me off.
This one fucking. I was like, okay, I know it's part of the culture, right? American culture. It's a backbone.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was this fucking successful. The Simpsons, 1987.
But hang on. 8.3?
8.6.
Fuck.
Merchandise sales of 8.073 billion. Box office of 536 million. They added video games to this one. Video games of 41 million.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be too high up on there for video games.
But I mean, it's fucking, they're making money somewhere.
The syndication of it?
Next up, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
1975, 8.7 million. Licensed merchandise, 8.47 billion. DVD and Blu-ray, 50 million. Box office, 18.4 million. Television series.
Yep. And
They're making a new one.
I seen that, and
Don't they kill off the Yellow Ranger
yeah,
in the trailer?
yeah.
No
But she really did die. So
Oh, she did?
yeah, she died a long time ago.
Oh, fuck, I had no idea.
Yeah, where it's like her daughter in the new one or something like that.
That's sweet.
But she died a long time ago, and I can't remember what it was, but
Man. Well, our condolences to the family.
with that, and then did you ever see how in the early '90s they had those live shows for Power Rangers?
No.
Where they had like 2 arena shows where they had what's his name, the guy that plays Jason. I cannot remember his name at the moment.
Just call him Jason.
Oh.
I don't know what else we do.
The guy that played Jason,
Yeah.
basically. He was. They were doing an interview, and he was saying how they jumped off like a 1-story thing to do front flips off of it and stuff, and they didn't know that he was going to do that, like in like reality. But he went ahead and did it.
Not bad. Man, Power Rangers.
Apparently, they sold the fuck out of that place where it was on news stations and everything when it first started.
That explains the money then.
Yes, it does.
Next up is Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I seen this coming.
2016. It's pretty young, actually.
Yeah,
8.74 billion.
but that shit caught fire.
Yeah, retail sales, 8.7 billion. Started as a manga.
Yep.
Next up is something called Pretty Cure. Glitter Force. 2004, $8.78 billion.
Never even heard of that.
Let me go to it real quick. Let me look this up. Each series focuses on a group of teenage girls who are granted special items that allow them to transform into legendary warriors known as the Pretty Cure.
The stupidest damn premise.
And yet somehow it's $8.78 billion. Man, I wish I could come up with something like that.
Wonder if it was something that was sold at like Toys R Us or something back in the
Maybe
day.
the merchandise sells at $8.551 billion.
It's probably makeup and shit.
Well, it's an animated series.
That doesn't mean they can't sell makeup with it.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Like, here's the glitter nail polish and shit.
Got an anime box office of 161 million and video games of 67.4 million.
Who the fuck is buying a video game based on this?
I don't know. One of my favorite YouTubers is the Game Grumps, and they play everything.
Yeah.
I'll bet you they probably played it. Next up is Sesame Street, The Muppets. 1955, $9.19 billion.
I've seen that. I could see that.
Merchandise sales of $8.539 billion. Box office of $478 million. TV licensing, $96 million. DVD and Blu-ray sales, $71 million. Television series. Next up, we got Angry Birds. 2009, $9.19 billion.
All those middle-aged women playing
Man,
on their phones.
when this game came out, everyone lost their damn minds.
And you haven't heard a fucking word about it since.
And you don't need to because they're fucking rich. Merchandise sales of 8.297 billion, box office 503 million, video games of this is surprising. Video games of 362 million dollars. That's where they made. That's how it started. They made
What'd you say the first thing was?
merchandise 8.297 billion.
Do they classify merchandise though as mobile games?
No, because it's like a different bracket.
No, I get they're video games, but do they consider the merchandise section?
Oh no, 'cause it's like a little slot underneath. If it was like a part of it, it is. If not, it's like a bullet point of its own thing. I guess.
I was gonna say, what merchandise are they selling? Because
Plushies probably.
maybe be like Beanie Babies.
And DVD and Blu-ray sale 35 million. Yeah, video game. Man, quite the video game. Next up is Despicable Me Minions. 2010
How the hell does that beat?
9.31 billion. Sorry.
How is that ahead of Jurassic Park?
I don't know. Merchandise sales 3.95 billion, box office 4.62 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales only 723 million. That's still a lot.
Yeah.
Next up is something called Thomas and Friends.
Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1945, 9.48 billion. Retail sales of 9.47 billion. No, 9.457 billion. And only box office of 20 million. Started as a book.
Yeah, I remember. I had those as a kid. Whenever I was like in like before kindergarten and stuff, I had those books.
Man, oh yeah, Thomas
and Friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they used to have the show on all the time where it had the freaky faces on the trains
God, yeah.
with Mr. Conductor.
What they like? They were like almost like life-size trains. It seemed like.
Yeah, but they were all miniatures
Yeah, I think so.
because they had the little characters like Mr. Conductor.
God, what a weird show.
It's sad that I remember this, but
Next up is Monster Strike. It's a mobile game. 2013, $10 billion.
good God, they raked in the money on
Yeah,
that.
they bought the hell out of this game. I think my cousins played it, actually.
And next is going to be Raid Shadow Legends.
Next is Rila Kuma, 2003. It is a little teddy bear.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. It $10 billion. All from merchandise sales. Started as a manga, actually.
Yeah, I could tell by because the type of bear it is.
Yeah. Next up is Star Trek, 1966, 10.6 billion. It's still going too.
Yeah.
$10.6 billion. Retail sales of 4.753 billion. TV revenue of 2.3 billion. Box office 2.266 billion. VHS sales $1 billion.
Gosh.
DVD and Blu-ray 326 million. Started as a television series.
Yeah. There's Trekkies out there, so we know they exist.
Next up is Street Fighter, 1987, $10.8 billion. Box office and home video 211 million. Video game 10.61 billion.
Yeah.
Man, they're still making the fuck out of Street Fighter. Here's what started the rabbit hole. I have only two very favorite anime or manga. Case closed, and this one. One Piece, 1997. $11.8 billion. Merchandise sales of 5.514 billion. Video games of 2.888 billion. Home entertainment 2.865 billion. Anime box office 528 million. Started as a manga. This bastard caused the fucking rabbit hole for me. Because I was trying to find, I went to the page just to look up some information.
Yeah.
And it led like it's the highest, the list. It's on the list of highest manga sales of all time. So it's number one. Number two, some shit I never heard of. And number three is my second favorite, Case Closed, Detective Conan.
Yeah.
So out of my two favorite,
Right now for Detective Conan, they have a couple of spin-offs too.
Do they?
On Netflix, yeah.
I gotta check that out. I'll check that out tonight. All right, fuck. Next one. Fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion. 1994, $11.9 billion. You evil sons of bitches.
They beat out your One Piece.
Fucking pachinko sales, 8.987 billion. They just fucking playing pinball with this fucking thing now. Merchandise sales of 1.88 billion. Home entertainment 848.5 million. Anime box office of 198.5 million. Music royalties 5.6 million. Guess their music's original. I don't know. Fuck Neon. I don't give a damn about that shit. But even they get beat out by Sailor Moon.
Seriously?
1991. $13 billion. Merchandise sales of 13 billion. Anime box office 42.12 million. Manga. That's how it started.
Yeah.
They get beat out by Peanuts. 1950.
The original Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Charlie Brown. $13.3 billion. This man is just loaded.
And he still can't kick a football.
Yeah. Retail sales of 13.09 billion. Box office is 250 million. DVD and Blu-ray sales 35 million. It started as a comic strip.
Yep.
Man, that's wild. Next up is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, where most of the memes come from now, but yeah.
Yeah. 1999, $13.7 billion. Retail sales of 13 billion. Box office 457 million. Music theater 37 million. And yeah, that kind of musical.
What kind of musical are you gonna have for
SpongeBob SquarePants? I don't fucking know.
Like at Disneyland, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Oh man.
Well, never mind. They don't own that, do they?
Oh, I guess not. Well, wherever they have them, they got them.
Yeah.
Next up is Frozen. $13.7 billion.
Just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Merchandise sales is 10.588 billion. Box office 2.7 billion. DVD and Blu-ray sales 391 million. I think it's low because the parents don't want to buy the DVD.
Exactly.
Or they lose their fucking minds.
See, I would have expected like soundtrack to be up there
Like
too.
fucking $18 billion. Music theater is 82 million. They also got a musical.
Yeah, I could see that.
Next up is Space Invaders. 1978, $13.9 billion.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Music, $16.9 billion.
Serious?
Single, 522,000. Video game, 13.93 billion.
Yeah, it all came from video games.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck were they playing? I guess when you don't got nothing to play,
Yeah.
you got to play Space Invaders.
You got to think about it. It was Pong before that, so.
Yeah. All right, so next up is James Bond, 1953. $14.4 billion. Which makes sense because it's just been movie after movie after movie.
Non-stop box office.
Yeah, box office 7.79 billion. Home video sales is probably the highest of all of them. Is 3.06 billion.
Yeah.
Merchandise and licensing 3.06 billion. And video games at 500 million. Started as
Goldeneye.
started as a novel, but it can't beat Toy Story. 1995.
Damn, that beats James Bond?
Yeah, $15.5 billion. Retail sales of $11 billion. Box office of $3044 billion. VHS sales of $290 million. And DVD and Blu-ray sales of $250 million for started as an animated movie.
Yeah.
But it can't beat this one. This one is Fist of the North Star. It's a manga.
Yeah, I know the manga. I'm trying to remember what the picture looks like.
It's that one guy that just touches people, they fucking explode.
Yeah.
Remember, they like, Nani? Does that weird noise?
Yeah.
That guy, yeah. 1983, $14.8 billion. Fucking pachinko sales, $14.741 billion. They love that game in Japan. Holy shit. Animated box office, $32 million, and anime DVD sales, $2.2 million. Started as a manga.
Good Lord, that's a large amount of sales, though.
But then we got my boys here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They beat that? Wow.
Or what did I say, Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 1984, $15 billion. Merchandise sales of $13.2 billion. Box office of $1.15 billion. Video games of $450 million. DVD and Blu-ray sales $154 million. Video rentals of $67 million.
Well, they're not gonna have to worry about making too much money on this new show that they got coming out with April O'Neil.
Started as a comic book.
Yeah.
Next we got the Avengers. Just the Avengers. 1963.
Yeah.
$15.3 billion. Box office of $7.765 billion.
Right.
Merchandise sales of $6.928 billion.
All the action figures, yeah.
DVD and Blu-ray sales of $459 million. And comic book sales of only $131 million.
Huh. That's surprising.
And once it got into fucking live action, it was a wrap.
Pretty much, yeah.
The Lion King's next. 1994. $15.3 billion.
Hakuna Matata.
Let me. Oh boy, look, here we go. Home entertainment is 1.5 billion.
Right.
Box office is 2.625 billion. Merchandise sales of 3 billion. Musical theater is 8.252 billion.
That makes sense. Because I remember them having like at state fairs and stuff.
I didn't know it went that hard. Holy shit!
Yeah.
$8 billion worth of music.
And think about it, Disneyland does have that. Disney owns
Oh yeah,
the Lion King.
They're just fucking raking in money.
So yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Pac-Man.
The original.
Yeah, 1980, $15.4 billion. Musical sales of 32 million. I don't know what music. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird.
Merchandise and licensing 1 billion, and video games at 14.407 billion. Man, that was the game when it came out. It was fucking Pac-Man. That was it.
It was so popular they had to make Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah. Man, this next one's gonna caught me by surprise.
Uh-oh.
And Dora the Explorer. 2000. $15.8 billion.
Did you learn anything from Dora?
Yeah, I learned that I had no patience. Like, bitch, it's right fucking there. Had a box office of 118 million. Home video sales of 250 million, and retail sales of 15.413 billion.
Fuck.
Jesus. Well,
And the bitch still doesn't know where stuff is.
she still gets lost. Next up is It's Your Move. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
Yo move, yo move, yo move.
Yeah, because I can see Pokemon beating this, so yeah.
1996. 16 point. You know Pokemon's up here somewhere, don't you? You can tell. $16.3 billion. Animated box office 39.3 million.
Yeah.
Video games at 213 million. License merchandise at 5 billion.
Yeah.
But their card game at $11.161 billion.
And those motherfuckers are still making money, so.
And it started as a manga.
Yeah.
I thought it started as a show, but what do I know?
Hang on. Yeah, but the manga itself is totally different than the show. Like the show extends out everything from what the manga does.
Is it a card game in the manga too?
It is, but it didn't just focus on the card game. There's other games in the book.
That's cool.
Like, remember, he's the king of games. Yugi.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah, well, he was known as the king of games.
I remember him fucking hit like, how do I beat him? I'll just destroy the moon. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, let me read the rule book. Destroy the moon.
There's what's his name? Nux Taku that does different videos on YouTube and stuff. Him and some friends play it where we play Yu-Gi-Oh with Yu-Gi-Oh anime rules.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Just make up shit as you go, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Next up is Dragon Ball. 1984, 17.2.
I would actually be Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, $17.2 billion. Let's see. Box office is 837 million. Trading card sales 460 million.
Yeah.
They ain't beating Yu-Gi-Oh there.
No.
Home entertainment 2.218 billion. Video games 6 billion. Holy shit.
There's action figures on there?
I guess it falls under merchandise sales.
Yeah.
7.687 billion.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because there's those like action where you can put them in different poses and stuff, like on their little stands and stuff.
And I remember when McDonald's came out with those little Dragon Ball Z figurines.
Yeah.
Then people ate up those fucking Happy Meals.
Yep.
Next up is Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they've been around for a while though.
1930. They're actually the oldest.
Yeah.
1930. What do you know? They beat out Lord of the Rings. $17.5 billion.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
We got home video sales at 2.209 million, box office at 299 million, and retail sales at 17.077 billion. Oh boy. But they couldn't beat Hello Kitty.
Oh shit.
1974, 19 point. This is a big jump too. We went from 17 to 19. $19.1 billion.
Selling what?
A cartoon character. Box office of $61,000. But their merchandise sales of $19.1 billion.
Fuck. Have you ever seen the spoof version where instead of Hello Kitty, it's Hello Titty?
Jesus. All right, next up we got Barbie.
Oh, that's
1987.
bitch.
1987 it was $19.4 billion. Box office is 5.1 million. Home video sales 1.988 billion. And merchandise sales of 17.47 billion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Started as a CGI computer animated film series, web series, television specials, and television shows. I thought it was a fucking doll.
Yeah,
Well, whatever. Okay.
that sounds like fake information right there.
Yeah, I guess I got it wrong on that one. Next was called Dungeon Fighter Online. I've never heard of it. It's like a South Korean game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $20 billion.
Fuck.
2005, yeah, computer game. Came out in 2005. And they've just been raking in money in South Korea.
Apparently.
Next up is Cars. Yeah.
With Mater,
Yeah, and Steve McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
Or is it Lightning McQueen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's super famous. You don't even know that Steve McQueen, the racer.
Close enough. 2006, $21.8 billion. Let's see. They made their money. DVD and Blu-ray sales of 654 million. Box office of 2.026 billion, but their merchandise sales was 19.114 billion.
Good gosh.
Next up, we got the number 11. After that, it's the top 10. Number 11 is Batman. 1939.
Wow, it'd actually be Superman.
$28.5 billion.
Fuck, that was a big jump.
Yeah. TV revenue 350 million. Box office 6.841 billion. Home video, no, it says retail sales is 21.329 billion, and home DVD or home video underneath that is 1.214 billion.
Think of how many action figures for Batman, though.
Action figures, fucking clothing, shirts, costumes.
Yeah. The list just goes on and on and on.
All right, now we got number 10, Transformers.
To be Batman?
Robots in
Wow.
Disguise. 1984, $29.6 billion. Home entertainment, 874 million. Box office, 4.853 billion. But their merchandise is 11.752 billion.
Yeah.
Started as an animated series. Number 9, we got, wait, let me count, make sure I'm right actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So Transformers is 10. Number 9 is Call of Duty.
They
2003.
beat out Transformers? Wow.
$31 billion. $31 billion.
Fuck.
All in the video game. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't gotta do nothing else. Next up is the Wizarding World, Harry Potter.
I've seen that being pretty high up there.
1997, $33.9 billion.
Fuck, she's made a lot of money.
Yeah. Stage play, $298 million. Studio tour is $435.7 million. TV revenue is $1 billion. Video games is $3.35 billion. Home entertainment is $4.02 billion. Merchandise sales $7.11 billion. Book sales $8.01.
So they actually have the book sales.
Book sales 8.0164 billion.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
And box office is 9.691 billion. How did this?
Now, the book sales is only 1 billion off?
Yeah.
Damn.
They read the shit, man. When that came out, everyone couldn't get it. They couldn't get their hands on Harry Potter.
It's true. I remember being in elementary school putting out those books for the Scholastic book fairs.
Man,
Where they, setting up those like book fairs and
you used to
stuff.
help them out.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was a buyer, not the buyee. No, I was the buyee, not the seller. I guess.
Yeah, I remember setting all those up and everything in the libraries, and those everything like bookmarks that they would sell for them.
Yeah.
That shit sold like there was you could never find it.
10, 9, 8. So number 7 is the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, 2008, $40.8 billion.
Damn. Wait, that beat Harry Potter? Damn, that's surprising.
Well, maybe not anymore because I guess people are getting superhero fatigue.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We got home entertainment at 5.254 billion. We got merchandise sales of 7.228 billion, and the box office is 28.279 billion.
Damn, that's a lot for box office.
Yeah. Next up is How do I fucking explain this one? Because this one is fucking wild. It's called Ant Man. Yeah. Let me get you a little information on Ant Man. So the series follows the adventures of Ant-Man, a superhero with an Ant-Pan, a red bean paste filled pastry for a head, who protects the world from an evil anthropomorphic germ called Baking Man.
Is it from Japan?
Yeah, well, look at this picture.
Huh.
I've never heard of this character.
I haven't either. When did it come out?
1973. $44.7 billion. How? I don't know.
Then again, a prefecture mascot had a hell of a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So
So they got all their money from retail sales.
yeah,
44.776 billion. They made 14.5 million from a museum. I don't fucking know. Started as a picture book. It's a piece of bread with a bean inside. Like bean paste.
Yeah, you know what red bean paste is, right?
It's
You can get like sweet red bean paste and stuff in Japanese. Food.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the character, and I've never heard of it. But
It's like Captain Underpants.
yeah,
But I've heard of Captain Underpants.
yeah.
I guess it's the same thing. Like they have characters we've never heard of, and they probably never heard of Captain Underpants. Nor would they want to, really.
No,
Well, what you really think about Captain Underpants?
it was a very stupid concept.
And you're like, this is a man in his underwear
Yeah.
fighting. Oh man! Next up is a Disney Princess, 2000. I guess they established the princesses as their own thing in 2000.
Yeah.
$46 billion. Home entertainment is 14.7 million, but in retail sales is 46.331 billion. I guess once you go to Disneyland, all that shit they sell.
They have their own fucking cat. Instead of just saying Disney, it's their own set. Like you got Lion King, you got Disney princesses.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Next up is Star Wars. It's like, hey, we got the Star Wars. $51.8 billion. Came out in 1977. Merchandise sales, $29.57 billion. Box office, $10.341 billion. Home video, $6.366 billion. Video games, $4 billion. Book sales, $1.82 billion.
And I had a few of those books, but yeah.
I think everyone did eventually. And TV revenue, $280 million.
Now, I do wish that they would have continued the series, like the movies,
That you
following the actual books.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been so much better.
And they had to go their own way. Next up is, well, of course, it's Mickey Mouse and Friends.
See?
Yeah.
Well, separate.
Oh, this is the oldest one, 1928. So they fucking win. It's for oldest franchise. $66.7 billion. VHS and DVD, $280 million. Box office, $457.4 million. But retail sales, $65.966 billion.
Yeah.
Animated cartoon.
I can definitely see that.
Man, 60. It went from 51 to 66. They ain't catching. Star Wars ain't catching up to Mickey Mouse.
Sadly, this still means that Pokemon is higher.
Oh yeah. It's pretty much number one.
No, it fucking beats out Mickey Mouse.
It's number one. Pokemon's number one. Okay, I'll spoil you guys on that one, but I promise you, you will never guess what's number two. I can't. I guarantee. Fuck, you'd be like, huh? I want everyone right now to pause, a bet on what you think it is, and then tell us in the comments if you were right. Number two is Winnie the Pooh at $73.7 billion.
With Christopher, what's his name?
No, the 1920. This is the oldest, 1924.
No, you said Mickey Mouse is 1920.
What is it? No, 1928. 1930 was Superman, so Winnie the Pooh is the oldest franchise. At $73.7 billion.
Shit.
Started as a book. Box office is $214 million. DVD and Blu-ray sales is $59 million, but their retail sales is $73.45 billion. Where the fuck?
God.
I have not seen anything about Winnie the Pooh in fucking centuries.
No, the
Where?
last I seen about Winnie the Pooh was the memes.
And the last I saw was that movie with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
So where the...
But to be fair, everybody knows who Winnie the Pooh is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who Eeyore is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who Tigger is. Mm-hmm. Like, it's
I guess,
recognizable.
But man, that recognizable?
I would have thought Mickey Mouse would have been up there ahead.
Man, you ain't beating Winnie the Pooh.
Shit. Tigger's bouncing his ass all over the money, ain't he?
All that fucking
Damn.
gold.
Fuck.
So yeah, number one is Pokemon, 1996.
To nobody's surprise.
Yeah, $77.1 billion.
But fucking Winnie the Pooh's right there.
He's off by 4, but...
That 4. You know,
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like right there.
and when you consider that Pokemon is like a phenomenon.
And
at
it's
this
still
point.
going.
Yeah.
And Winnie the Pooh, I haven't heard of in decades. But man, Winnie the Pooh, man, oh my, I almost started crying. How? I don't understand how.
It beat out everything else almost.
Yeah, so box office for Pokemon's 1.85 billion. The fucking mobile games is 61.13 billion. The licensed merchandise is 69.2 billion. And the fucking jet aircraft library sales, because they have jets, Pokemon jets, there was $3 million. Started as a video game. Fucking Pokemon. Fucking Winnie the Pooh.
I'm more surprised with Winnie. With Pokemon, I kind of figured that. Like, I knew it'd be like in the top 5 somewhere, but
Winnie the Pooh?
who?
I told you.
Now, that means that you add Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, Lion King.
Is Winnie the Pooh Disney?
Yeah.
They can't even know because they lost the rights. They made that fucking horror movie with Winnie the Pooh.
Sure.
Let me find it. I do love having the internet on hand.
I'm pretty sure.
They would never have given up Winnie the Pooh if they owned it.
I thought they did. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Who owns you, Winnie the Pooh?
No, it's just one of those, those Mandela effects.
Yeah, it says Walt Disney Company licensed certain film and other rights of Winnie the Pooh stories from the estate of A.A. Milne and the licensing agent. Winnie the Pooh into a series of features that would eventually become one of the most successful franchises. Yeah, no fucking shit. Cultural legacy. Looks like they had him ranked as saw on the top list of 100. Man, what? He's got his own fucking star in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
The Hollywood Hall of Fame, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he used to be, but they lost certain rights to Winnie the Pooh because they made that one Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have. The Disney would never have allowed that if they still controlled that.
So they didn't own full rights then?
I guess not. No, they own only certain stories.
Ah, okay. Huh.
Yeah, because fucking Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, horror slasher, 2013. Came out, yeah, February 15, 2013. Look at this haunting fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Isn't that the one that they were comparing Xi Jinping to from China?
Yeah, they do that all the time. That's why it's banned in China.
Think about being so butthurt that you look so much like Winnie the Pooh.
Well, what can you do? Hey, man, you look like Winnie the Pooh. Get over it.
It went so far they even made fun of it with South Park.
Like, you'd wish you'd make that kind of Winnie the Pooh money. Man. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the list of highest grossing franchises of all time. Or media franchises of all time.
There were some surprising ones in
I
there.
told you.
Now, there was a few that I would know, like Pokemon, obviously. I knew it was somewhere within the top 5. I kind of figured Mickey Mouse would be somewhere up there. Yu-Gi-Oh! As many fucking cards as they sold whenever we were kids and still do.
Yeah.
And
then some weird ones like Dora the Explorer and Bob the Builder.
And then
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol alone.
There's
Jesus.
probably fucking Peppa Pig's on there making $18 billion.
I'm actually quite surprised that it ain't even on there. Because I even know what Peppa Pig is. I don't know the show, but I know the character.
I know another character too, because my cousin's like, she's 7'6", bro. They do like a measurement of her compared to the other characters. I think she's like 7'9" or some shit. Yeah, there's a TikTok video about how tall Peppa Pig is.
Oh dear
In
God.
comparison, compared to the other characters, she's apparently a giant.
Really?
That's what I heard. Let me look it up real quick before we sign off. Let me look up Peppa Pig height.
A Peppa Pig height. Have you seen that meme with Arthur, where he's wearing headphones?
Which Arthur?
The Arthur, the aardvark.
No. Oh, that little kid.
Yeah, from the
I haven't seen him
show.
in a long time. She's 7'1", by the way.
7'1". That's not a pig. It's a fucking hog.
It's a wild hog you got there.
That's like one of those gigantic state fair hogs.
Jesus. Yeah, there's some big boys. So there you go. Peppa Pig 7'1". You happy now, America? And other parts of the world?
There's your nightmare fuel right there. If you ever needed it. Whenever your kid is watching Peppa Pig, know it's 7'1".
You know, I heard a terrible story about pigs. That if you fall and are incapacitated around them, they will eat you.
Yeah. They'll eat anything.
Jesus fucking Christ. Come on now. I fed you. You can at least not eat me.
But I would assume that it also depends, like, how domesticated they are.
I'm thinking like Babe, you know?
Babe the pig.
Yeah.
The farm pig.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. That way she won't eat you. Will she?
You never know. I know cats will.
Will they?
If you die, cats will start chewing on your body.
They got no choice, I guess.
But they will before a dog will.
Dog's loyal.
Dog don't give up. Well, unless you get one of those Shih Tzus. Those little demon dogs.
Man.
Then they'll eat you.
We should diverse so quick. So yeah, that was it. That's it for this episode. If you guys have any comments about franchises, let us know.
If you have anything on franchises or anything that you want a way to look into, Nights of Entertainment Podcast at gmail.com.
By the way, this was a special episode. From now on, it's going to be Mystery Mondays. I hope you like mysteries because we're going to have a lot of them.
Trying to make up for our technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're trying to add some new element. I thought it was going to be Movie Night Monday.
Yeah.
But I think I like mysteries more. So I'm going to try Mystery Mondays. So if you guys like the whole detective stuff, come on down.
All right. And with that, we'll go ahead and end the podcast. We hope to see you guys on the next one. Talk to you later.